Well, for me, I learned about diversity, equity, inclusion probably a couple of years ago as far as the terminology. But as far as initiatives or programs designed to assist minorities, probably back in 87, 88 when I was in high school, I was introduced to several programs that were specifically for minorities that had us give the opportunity to work with other nationalities. So that was my first, I guess, soiree into a diversity, equity, and inclusion. So the first opportunity I had that we discussed in high school was a program called Inroads. And Inroads is specifically designed for minority youth, whether it's Black, Hispanic, to be able to to be able to intern with various programs or various companies each year or each summer, starting there after they graduate from high school and each summer that they're in college. And it's designed to either do one of two things. Once you graduate, that particular organization or kind of corporation would offer you a job, or you actually at least have real world experience. So you kind of have a leg up on the competition because you not only studied this particular field that you were going into, but you also have real world experience. So for me to be able to have that experience coming out of high school, being able to actually work in corporate America in the field that I thought I would want it to be on was very beneficial for me. Yeah, I absolutely believe there is a purposeful misinformation program by the current administration, and anyone that kind of follows that line of thinking, I think it's an affront and a conflict with the, for lack of a better word, good old boy system, where you're able to hand out contracts or give favors to people you know instead of based on their merit. If everything was a blank page, you could not see color, then I'm fine looking at qualifications. But because this is the real world, to be able to say, oh, that's affecting these other individuals, I don't think is a fair assessment, because everyone has bias, whether it's intended bias or unintended bias, everyone has bias and really tends to lean towards individuals that are the same, whether it's ethnicity, culture. There's a natural bias that individuals have. Again, I think going back to if you only have one view of the world and you think that view is correct, you have a very limited capacity to understand everyone. I think DEI specifically is most important because it gives varying views. And to take a personal example, understanding now that I've traveled internationally, before, obviously, we think we are the greatest, most prosperous country in the world. And I mean, to some degree, it's true from a prosperity standpoint. But to actually see what other countries value as far as not a matter of attaining wealth or physical things to say, I have arrived, it is really a quality of life issue. From a real world perspective, if I was just had the purview of an American citizen, then I'm thinking, oh, life is all about accumulation and being able to show that accumulation to everybody to know I'm successful. But being able to get outside of these walls, outside of the border, being able to see how people actually live and what they value and what is most important. And then coming back here and seeing COVID, where 4 or 5 closets worth of clothes mean nothing if you can't go outside. Having accumulation of cars mean nothing if you can't drive. I think that was a true awakening of what's most important from a regular real world experience. But that also translates again into whether it's the business world, whether it's higher education, regardless of what those various tracks may be, being able to be inclusive and get value and see value from differing points of view or from different cultures is, I think, paramount in the ability to truly understand what the world experience is like and not just what your singular view of what everything is. Hopefully that answers your question.
So